Hey, what's up, you guys? Today I'm going to talk about my entire first trimester with baby number 2. So I'm going to start with my pre-pregnancy symptoms. If you want to see, I have a whole pregnancy playlist on my channel, and I have my first trimester overview for my first baby on that. So I'm going to talk about pre-pregnancy first. So before I knew I was pregnant, I guess is what I should say. So the first day that I questioned myself being pregnant, we went to the grocery store and they had completely, like, I don't know if they had like a bad food batch or if like maybe the power went out or something and some of their food went bad. I don't know. But that whole store smelled so bad. I like walked maybe 100 feet in the store and was like, I can't do this, and literally grabbed the keys from my husband and walked back out and like sent him my list of food. That's the closest I've ever been to vomiting since like 4th grade. Then I noticed that I had like a glow about me one of the other days. I don't know if this was the same day or 2 different days. I can't remember. So once I had those questionable experiences, I went ahead and did a test. You probably already saw this video, but I had like a super faint line that it was like questionable, and by the evening I got my positive, like a darker positive, and then it darkened. I don't know when I ovulated, so officially I know approximately because I know when my temp shift was approximately, so I don't know the approximate date. And I've talked about this in a previous video as well. So my first week of pregnancy, of knowing I was pregnant, I had cramping and backaches, joint pain, breast tenderness, pretty standard, basic pregnancy symptoms for like that first week. This is like kind of more the 2 weeks, not necessarily the first week. Right as when I expected I would be 6 weeks, I started getting nausea. I actually noticed this when I was at a baseball game, and I don't know if it was like a smell of pizza or something wafting my way, and I was like, I'm gonna vomit everywhere. Did not. I don't like throwing up, so I don't. So those were the beginning of my nausea. My nausea this time around, besides like the very beginning where it was spotty, it grew to more of like an all-day sickness. Some days it was all-day nausea, some days it was broken up by morning and evening. This time around, excuse me, has been very rough nausea-wise. There was very little that would ease it. There was very little time where I didn't feel nauseous, and there was very little things that sounded appetizing. There are still things that do not sound great. So it has definitely lingered over to my second trimester, but I don't want to get into that because that ruins that overview. So nausea, and then really extreme fatigue, to the point of like I lay on the couch and like literally fall asleep. There's some days at work that I could barely stay awake. So yeah, it has been a very rough go around on that part. So besides the fatigue and the nausea, I also had some days of disrupted sleep, a lot of vivid dreams. These were all pretty much different than my previous pregnancy. I did have nausea in my last pregnancy, but it was only in the evening. Lots of food aversions, but like once I found like foods that sounded good, I could like rely on those. This time around, I would like really like a food for a day, and then the next day I'd eat it and I'd be like, nope, can't do it anymore. So I definitely had to like rotate my meals, and then sometimes I could never go back to them. Like, we started off with like really good with like Chipotle. Well, I have not been able to eat Chipotle since. I don't know why. It's just, and it's sad because it's like one of my favorite like quick, easy, semi-healthy meals. So that is disappointing. I'm hoping that I'm getting closer to getting back to Chipotle. Chili is another one. Chili I absolutely loved. I ate it like my entire pregnancy with Peter, but this time around I can have it one day, next day like I made it for dinner last week and have not been able to eat it since. In the 2 days that I had it for at work, I like barely ate it. I did crave a lot of sweets in my first trimester, but I also still like had some salty things that I enjoyed that kind of helped with my nausea. My last pregnancy, sweet tarts would get rid of my nausea. This time around it rotated. Like sometimes it was the sour, sometimes it was salty. It was very annoying. My water aversion was really, really bad. Had a lot of trouble trying to find something to drink. I'm still struggling with the water. Not as bad as I was, but yeah. Towards the end of my first trimester, I got a cold. It definitely like swept through my entire house, and I still have like a lingering cough. Not as bad. It's just took a really long time for me to like recover from it. Where I'm like irritated because my husband got over it in like 2 days. Of course. And then Peter as well got rid of it really fast. His lingered a little bit, but it's good because he's young. So that cold was awful way to end the first trimester, especially when I was like super excited to like start feeling good. Note to self that I did not get better right away. Far as physical things, my body, I struggle because I have like loose skin on the lower part of my stomach because like I'm an apple shape, so I carry everything in my stomach or upper body, mainly my torso. So I do have like a little bit of like a saggy apron type stomach. Like it's detached from the upper half of my abdomen, like the skin and fat and things. So like I'm having trouble staying and feeling a bump. So most of the weight and stuff that I carried is up high. You can see like the roundness of my belly, because it's all high, but down below like you can't really see where the bump would actually be. Bloating was really bad through my first trimester. Constipation off and on. If you have been following me for a while, you know I use the Ovia app to track all my symptoms. I have all my symptoms on there from Petey's pregnancy. Well, it doesn't tell me the weeks. I can kind of count them out and kind of compare what I was doing when during that pregnancy and this pregnancy. Sometimes it gave me a peace of mind. Sometimes it was like, well, I had heartburn with Petey, but I have not had any heartburn besides like mild here and there with this pregnancy. Besides this belching. What is this belching today? So I'm also at an advanced maternal age because I'm 35, so I have that joy this go around. But I haven't really noticed anything that's significantly different from my last pregnancy. The joint pain I get is very similar. I'm more fatigued this time, but it could be a pregnancy symptom versus my age. Also the time of year, I'm a lot sleepier in the winter because it's dark all the time and stupid. Um, the other thing that's been like really bothering me, and it was off and on in the first trimester, is like lower tailbone, sacrum, back pain. I recently found that putting anytime like I'm like laying down, so I don't, not always when I make in my bed, but if I'm on the couch or something, like to stick something between my legs, and it has been getting better. So I'm hoping that was the solution. I did get an extra ultrasound in my first trimester, which you all got to see in my previous video. Other than that, that's pretty much the first trimester in a nutshell. My anxiety was a lot better in my first trimester. I mean, there's still those things that you have if you've had a miscarriage before. You know what I'm talking about, where you're just always on edge. You're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. I feel like my previous pregnancy that ended in the blighted ovum, I was a lot more relaxed than this time around. I think my husband kind of waits for it too, but he won't admit it. He's not gotten attached. We really haven't talked much about baby at all, besides like things that we're going to get. So that is pretty much the first trimester in a nutshell. As I said before, I don't think, like, there are some symptom differences between my first full-term pregnancy and this one. My breast tenderness and stuff has not gone away, so that's something that is different, but again, it can be a pregnancy symptom this time instead of like my age. So that is all I got. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you are interested in following this pregnancy journey. I have a whole bunch of videos, as I said before, that are all under my pregnancy videos. If you're interested in parenting, I have motherhood videos that I have posted in a playlist, because sometimes you're just looking for specifics. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.